I'm back. Okay, well, not back home, but clearly back on screen. And thank you guys so much again for the really kind feedback on a different setting and you guys appreciating that. So I will keep that in mind for when I'm actually back home. And we're here to talk about the never ending saga, that saga being the undefeated four. I mean, but some people it ended defeated for you, and that's unfortunate. So let's just talk about it real fast. Now, I am happy to say that my pair, which wasn't my pair, the 12 and a half that I hit on, because I'm a 6.5 in fours. What was I going to do with the 12 and a half? Oh, that's right. People wanted to assume that I would resell it. They didn't want to take the perspective of, hey, you actually did try for someone, even though other YouTubers get up here all the time and say that so and so hit for them, or, I had my mom enter, I had wifey enter, they had everybody under the sun enter. So it's cool when they do it, but it was a problem when I did it. Okay, keep that same energy in everybody else's comments. That 12 and a half touchdown, very happy for the recipient. I have zero regrets about actually coming through for a friend. However, the next time I come through for a friend, that will probably be kept off of here because, again, the energy is never kept. It's never genuine. Never. So, for this shoe, I think it's safe to say Undefeated has taken the crown for most frustrating consumer experience in 2025. Unless someone else takes the crown for that. You guys can let me know who else would contend for the most frustrating experience in 2025, at least for a hyped release. I thought it might be the 1985 Air Jordan 1 Hybrid. I thought it would be that only because it felt like it was so exclusive just to creators and influencers based on their invites and their access, and that it wasn't actually accessible in any of the traditional, ways for individuals to buy shoes. I thought it would be that because they had this whole big over the top campaign, but like regular people didn't really cop. I thought. I now think it may just be the undefeated four because, again, I was never defending them. I was just trying to objectively state, hey, they said by the 29th things would ship. If it doesn't by that date, and I just said this in the video I posted the other day, like you can go and watch it. If by chance they don't ship your pair by the 29th like they said they would, go off. Go off. And they deserve it because you are only as good as your word. The trust that you build is everything. Like the ROI you get from trust and loyalty and respect from your consumer, that's what you're trying to actually earn when it comes to anything you put out. The ROI in terms of clicks and money, it may not be there immediately, right? And Jeff Staple spoke on this recently. That may not be there immediately. But if you are gaining their trust, their loyalty, like long term, the consumer will continue to support you. And you need the consumer supporting you when times are good and when times are bad. And times are going to get bad for a lot. I'm debating if I'll make a video on the whole Essence news that came out, but you want those supporters to trust that you're going to deliver, you're going to come through for them, right? We've spoken a lot about, the hype versus the consumer experience. Is it the product? Is it the marketing? Is it the packaging? Is it the experience? What matters the most? I think they're all extremely invaluable to a brand, but the experience hasn't been great. So, again, happy the package that I secured for Someone Touchdown, and a lot of you have finally received either your tracking or your actual Undefeated 4 has landed. I'm really hoping you guys don't have QC issues. I am. But now we're seeing some orders get canceled. Like, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? Because we are in 2025 with the technology and the means that I don't think you should be overselling. If overselling is what's causing maybe some of these orders to be canceled, I don't think we should be dealing with overselling. I just don't. If it's another issue, I still think you should be able to mitigate those in 2025 at this point, especially for this drop. So we're seeing orders canceled, and then we're seeing people receive tracking, or they got notification that the item started tracking, and then they still got a cancellation. Like, is it worth tainting your reputation like that, Undefeated? I just don't think it is. But you can't tell me consumers aren't going to walk away from this feeling some kind of way. Now, will they completely stop engaging or trying to buy it from you? I don't know. Because I question if they drop, let's say, the Undefeated Kobe again, would people go for that? Yes. Yes, they would. Even ones that felt like they were wronged right now, I still feel like some would go for it. Maybe it is because of resale. Maybe it's because they really still like the shoe and they think the next time is going to be better. And I guess that comes with the whole fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, right? Like, that's on you as the consumer if you do allow yourself to be fooled twice. I feel like that may be on you. So if your order was canceled, I really hope it's not. But if your order was canceled, you can go ahead and let me know in the comment section. And then we had EA. I've been the recipient of EA before on sneakers. Have I always fit the criteria? No, I don't think I have, and I think I've disclosed that very publicly in some videos. Like, I haven't always met the criteria, so I'm trying to figure out why on earth that my account was selected or they let it go through. So EA doesn't always feel fair either. This is why some people want first come first serve to come back. They want just an open release. They don't want EA. They don't want anything that could feel even a little bit unfair, because we now have pictures of individuals with 4 phones being able to hit. And here's the thing, right? I'm somebody that has multiple phones, right? I have a Google Pixel and I have iPhone 13 mini, and those are just the phones that I actually like use and have service. But like, I have other phones that I just edit on, so I could have possibly wanted to be somebody that tried to hit on all of those if I had different accounts. I still just use one email for Nike, but I could have. So it's never going to make anyone feel good when they continue to take L after L after L. And I don't mean just like everyday consumers, even though that's still what like Mosh is. Mosh spoke on the frustration from the consumer experience that you can't hit on EQL, you can't hit on Undefeated. And let's be clear, like, no one hit on Undefeated. Okay, that was the video I didn't think would blow up, but that was the video that kind of blew up recently that I did, because they made everyone mad. It was all good like 24 hours ago, and then they managed to make everyone mad on a Saturday morning. So can't hit on EQL. You didn't hit on Undefeated. You didn't hit on early access or exclusive access. And this isn't going to drop anywhere else. Normally, you might think like a tier 0 or a boutique or something may get it, but no, that's not how it happened. So this is why I have respect if people can go the pre-order route. Like, you have the independents that can do the pre-order route. We see Nike is dabbling with it with the Kobe 3. Again, I said in a recent video, there are pros and cons to that. There's going to be pros and cons to everything. We will just see how that simply plays out. But this has become, point blank period, a really shit experience for a lot of people. So you as a consumer, you have to decide if you want to continue to deal with this or if you're just like done. I don't blame you for just being done. I don't. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't, right? It should not be this hard. So I guess this is it. Like, I don't see a reason anymore. I guess unless something crazy happens, that I would like speak on Undefeated for again. And as I've said in a lot of different videos, I think two things can be true at once, right? They should have communicated more transparently before you entering the raffle for the EQL, before you submitted payment. They would ship pairs by the 29th. Should have communicated that up front before people submitted payment. They have communicated that, however, so they had up until the 29th to ship your pair. If by any chance your pair is not shipped by then, absolutely, positively go off. And unfortunately, you also don't have any recourse, because the most they're going to do is refund you your money. You're still not getting the shoe. At that point, it's you either pay resell or you just go and live with the L. Another two things that can be true at once: you have a right to be frustrated. Also, it is a privilege that you not getting a shoe is the most frustrating thing you're going to deal with today. That's a privilege. There are so many things going on right now. There are so many things going on right now in this country. If that is the worst of your worries, that's a blessing. Because Nike just announced like another 1% layoffs. They're going to lay off another 1% of their corporate workforce. I don't think these layoffs are done by a long shot. I don't. So please go ahead and comment your thoughts below. Again, I appreciate you tuning in to these videos here. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.